Hello. It looks like I have audio. I hope I have audio. We will soon find out. We have one person viewing. And hello, everyone. Hello. I attempted to go live from my cell phone for the first time today, and it didn't work. It said that I wasn't eligible to go live on my cell phone. I thought that all you needed was 1,000 subscribers and then you could go live, but I guess that's not the case. So I did post my very first poll on YouTube today, and if you are interested in checking that out, that is up. But essentially, I want your feedback on what the best day of the week is and what the best time is for going live. I know, hey Michelle, thanks for being here. I know that schedules are going to be changing for everyone as quarantine starts to lift. I have posted a couple of videos letting you guys know that quarantine is done in my area, and it has been for a couple of weeks. But daycare is actually reopening here, and that's crazy. So I have to, after I film this video or after this live, I'm going to go and pack everything for my son to go to daycare tomorrow. And that's insane. Also, I did a typo in my recent card log where I was talking about rejoining the world and daycare restarting, because I said he had been in daycare for 3 months and out for 2. But it was the opposite of whatever I had said, because he has definitely been home from daycare longer than he was in daycare. And when he was there, it was off and on. But yes, and it's crazy because when he was in daycare previously, so basically the long story short is I have one son, if you haven't seen me before, and hey girls, and once I had him, I went back to work after 6 weeks, but I still took care of my son full time until he was 6 months. And I was able to do that because I was able to bring him into the office with me, or I was able to do a lot of my work from home. So I was very blessed to have a job that allowed me to be flexible in that way. So work full time and still have my son. So I was able to do that for the first 6 months of his life. And then when we were at like 6.5 months, then he went into an in-home daycare, and it was him and one other little girl. And it was just a local academy. She had been doing in-home daycare for, I think, 12 or 15 years. But she was in the process of actually relocating. So after we signed on board with her, then we actually were told that in 2 months from then, she was going to be moving out of state. So it was just her. Oh, it was just her, my son, and then one other little girl, which was nice for kind of dipping our toes in the water of daycare, since he hadn't had an experience where he was with someone completely on his own that he'd never seen before. Obviously, he had had interactions with family members before that point, but it was a completely new experience. So it was good that we got to dip our toes in the water. But a week into that experience, the daycare lady, she ended up being in an accident, and that was insane. So completely changed everything. I'm sure for her family, way more than for our family. But we ended up stopping care after 3 days with her, going into another like emergency situation where we had grandparents, myself, my boyfriend, us all kind of going in and taking care of my son again. And that weekend, I called 200 places, 300 places. I can't remember the number anymore. I had, I think, 23 pages of daycares that I called. trying to get my son into some facility that obviously I was going to feel comfortable with having my first kid go into the daycare, right? So that was really scary, to be honest. And out of all of those places that I called, I think it was 238 places. I think it was 238 places. So I called all of those, and out of all of them, I was able to get 3 appointments scheduled so I could actually see their facilities. And then out of those facilities, we ended up finding one location that was really flexible and able to get us in part-time for a couple of weeks. And then we were able to be in full-time, which was amazing. And it just so happens that that daycare facility is less than 5 minutes from where we work. And my son was actually going to be in a daycare then with other kids, like an entire room full and a teacher, or 2 teachers, just depending on how many kids were in the room, which was a completely different scenario yet again. And it was a lot for him. And when my son, like, if there's something else going on in the world, he does not eat. Like, he gets very easily distracted, which we learned through the daycare process. And so he would not eat at all. And he won't go to the bathroom. Like, he's just not having it. So during my lunch breaks, I would go and nurse him. So at least I would nurse him at lunch and then nurse him after. So at least there wasn't a huge long period of time that he wasn't eating anything. And that was working. But now with COVID and everything kind of shaking out, hey guys, I'm just talking about daycare. So kind of now with everything shaking out, parents are no longer allowed inside of the facilities. So, which makes sense, right? This virus is spreading through adult humans. Children aren't really at risk, especially for the age group that my son is in. And so they want to limit the exposure for the children. And so parents, when we do drop-offs, it's going to be in the parking lot. And when we do pickups, it's going to be in the parking lot, so we can't physically go in, which means that I most likely won't be able to nurse him on my lunch breaks. So I am nervous. He needs to switch to a bottle. We need to start making those transitions. And I have been trying to do that at home, very unsuccessfully trying to do that at home. So I am definitely nervous for his transition, but I know it's going to be good for him because, I'm sure some of those parents that are watching this either now in the live or that will watch this in the future, you can relate, but I only have one child, so he doesn't have interaction with other children at all through this entire process, because when he's in quarantine, he's just seeing myself and his father, and that's completely different. Social skills are so important, and you learn those so young that I definitely want him to be in a social environment so that he can practice and build his social confidence. But it's definitely nerve-wracking, and I'm certainly nervous for how this next stage will go, but I think that it is definitely a necessary step. So this next, I guess tomorrow is going to be his first day in daycare, and the first week, we're just going to do half days to kind of ease him back into it. We didn't have the privilege of doing that the last time he went to this daycare because, again, that emergency situation. Hey, Julie, we're talking about daycare and Grayson going to daycare tomorrow. So we didn't have the luxury of really being able to kind of ease him into a new setting. And so I really want to take advantage of that this time. And I'm taking half days of vacation on Monday and Tuesday. And then I'm going to take full days on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And this is going to be my first vacation since September of 2018. So I am so excited to have some time off. It's going to be insane. Obviously, I had 6 weeks off when I had my son, but I don't consider that vacation. You're recovering from a surgery. So this is going to be exciting. The last time I had vacation, my boyfriend and I went to Colorado to visit some of his family, some friends, and I had never been there before, so we went and did some sightseeing, and we went to, what is that scary house called? I can't remember. Where the Red Rum, that movie where that took place. What is the name of that hotel? I can't remember right now. Oh, the Stanley. We went to the Stanley Hotel, and we went to Red Rocks, and we went to the mountains, and we went to a few different other places, but it was a really fun trip. Really fun trip. Stanley Hotel. So that is what we did the last time I was on vacation. So nearly 2 years ago now, and I'm excited for my 3 days off. Really excited. I'm planning on doing a whole lot of YouTube probably, and resting, and I might even read a book. So that's exciting. This week is also going to be my boyfriend's birthday, so that worked out perfectly. We might be going for a bike ride and a picnic. We're not quite sure. It's really up to him and what he decides, but if you didn't check out my latest car vlog from Friday, we have a couples tag up on my channel, so definitely go and check that out. I will link it down below when this video actually goes live. I have never done Route 66. I think that it would be interesting to get a mobile home or an RV or whatever that you can drive in and do a nice long trip, especially as a family. I think we will have to wait probably to do something like that because now we have such a young son. We'll probably have to wait a few years, but I would love to do a nice huge road trip. My longest road trip that I did was with my family when we went to Florida when I was young. There's better roads. I don't know. My longest road trip was to Florida and back from Florida when we were children, and I've made that trip a couple times. But I've never done Route 66. There is so much of this world that I have never seen, and I'm excited to see. One of my 2020 resolutions was to leave the country for the first time because I've never left the United States, and obviously that is not going to happen this year. So that resolution will have to wait till next year, but I am excited to go somewhere that's not here. I mean, obviously, we don't even know what next year's going to bring, but hopefully next year we'll be able to leave and go on a trip, and I would like to be able to bring my son and leave the country because that would just be, I think that would be an amazing experience. Not the whole, I'm going to go on a giant long flight with a toddler at that point, but the experience would be really nice. Route 101 is also amazing, Pacific Coast. I've never heard of Route 101. So is that like up and down the coast? Let us know in the comments because I've never heard of that, so I'm not sure. So COVID and daycare reentry. I have to pack up all of his goodies into a bag and get everything relabeled with his name on it. And some of the things that have changed, you can't drop off or pick up inside the building. That's all happening in a parking lot. And like something as simple as sunscreen, you can't have like cream sunscreen to go on your children's skin. It has to be like sticks and spray. So that's another thing that's going to be different. So that just came in the mail. I have been on an ordering spree. I tried to go live on my phone, and I was planning on showing you guys all the craziness that I have upstairs in my home right now because I decided that, my boyfriend and I decided that we were going to have a birthday party for our son. So he will be turning 1 in 2 months, almost exactly 2 months. And we are going to be doing a safari jungle themed birthday party. And so I have been planning to convert the yard into a jungle. And I've been ordering quite a few things. And I'm a little bit insane, but I'm so excited. And if I will try to share as much of the entire process as I can with you guys, but I want to basically convert the entire backyard into a jungle. And if I can make it happen, I'm going to be making a giant elephant and a giant alligator. Now, we'll see if I can actually make what's in my head go out into the world, but I really hope so. I know that he's only turning 1, but I've never planned a themed party before. And I've also, you guys probably can't hear me. Let me move the microphone closer to my face. Oops. You probably hear me a little bit better now. Sorry. But I want to essentially there, now you guys can hear me. I want to do a really fun themed party, and I know he's only turning 1, and that's fine, but I think it's going to be really fun, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. Route 101 up and down California, it seems. That would be fun. Another thing that I personally would like to do is go and do all of the national forests. I've not done that, and that's definitely something I would really love to do. Maybe in like an RV or something like that as a family, taking one by one and tackling them all, but I would really, really like to do that. Guys, I am really excited for the content that you are going to be seeing tomorrow. It is a collaboration with some lovely ladies here on YouTube, and I'm really excited for you to see the video. Sunday's post, so you didn't see a video today. Instead, my normal Sunday post is actually going to be tomorrow, and it's not going up at 9 a.m. It's going to go up a little bit later in the afternoon, so you're going to see that video, I think, at 3 p.m. I need to confirm that time, but I'm really excited for you guys to see it. We worked really hard on this collaboration, and it's actually going to be just the second episode in a series that's going to take us all through 2020. And I'm really excited for you guys to see all of the different months that we are going to be going through and the evolution of this collaboration, because it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. I am really excited to watch all of the other members' videos, because I know that they put a lot into them. And I know that we are all getting out of our comfort zones a little bit here. Hey, Stacy. To really give you the best content that we can, and to really make something that is going to entertain you guys on multiple levels. I think that these collaborations really have, they can have a large impact that can reach a lot of communities, not just motherhood, not just women, but I think everyone will find something in these videos that they can really relate to or adopt and bring into their lives. Stacy, if you're still here, I am in the middle of doing a cleaning video today, and I mentioned you in my video because I was watching your cleaning video where you went and you reorganized underneath your sink when your sink started leaking, and you did like a massive reorganization a while back, and that inspired me to actually order some organizers. And so I have gotten those in, and I actually showed what I did underneath my sink. I've been using it for a while now, but it really has been nice to actually, hey zombie, it has been really nice to actually be able to utilize that space a little bit better. And yes, I'm just really excited. I'm really excited. It's nice to have you, zombie. I have to come back and visit your channel. I've been really behind on a lot of things, but I'm really excited, again, kind of on the daycare front and just with everything in general. I'm really excited to be able to kind of organize my life and get into a routine. And I know everyone can probably relate to that right now, especially if you were battling a lot of changes. I know for some people, their schedules really didn't change at all with the entire pandemic. But for most people, I think that their schedules did change at least a little bit. So I am excited to get into a routine so I can actually really engage in going and commenting on other people's videos, watching their content. It has been such a struggle. There are so many great people that I am personally subscribed to that I really haven't been able to reach out to or really binge their content like I want to. And I'm excited to be able to respond to my comments in a more reasonable time and really kind of give you guys content that I enjoy making and I'm proud to put up. So I know I have posted every day for 2 weeks. Today is the first day that I have not posted in, I think, 14 days now. So that's pretty crazy. Yes, I love the set schedule, and the only thing that really changed for me is work payments are coming in very slow. Interesting. So what do you do, Zombie, for a living? For me personally, everything, I feel like my life would not have changed very much if I didn't have my son. Definitely there's an upswing in working, and so hours would have been elevated, but that's pretty normal. I work in contract manufacturing, so everything is contract specific and dependent, and the workload is always going like this, and that's just something that comes with the nature of the business. But as far as kind of working from home and all of that goes, there definitely wouldn't have been impacts to my personal life in that manner if I didn't have my son. Online marketing research business. That makes sense. I can see that. I think that there's a lot of businesses, especially like if you are even a YouTuber and you support yourself through YouTube, there are going to be a lot of businesses that are going to be impacted, not directly right now, but maybe 5-6 months down the road, then you're going to see those impacts. I am really feeling for the small business owners and everything that this entire situation has brought with it and how challenging I know that that has to be. But also for just like high school graduation, for all of those college graduates, for all of the people that got certificates, for everyone that worked so hard for a program and now they are graduating and they aren't able to celebrate with their family. They aren't able to even really celebrate themselves. I mean, that is a really hard thing for a lot of people. And I feel for those people for sure. All those people that don't have, like, they've had their birthdays and maybe they have family traditions, no matter what they are, that they haven't been able to partake in. That's hard. And I'm really happy that we as a whole have social media and all of these different platforms that we're able to engage with one another virtually, because that is really important for people's mental health as well. Plus, I stream on YouTube as well before I work. You have long days. You must have really long days. I could not stream on YouTube every day before work. That would not work. I feel like I would get up quite early. The riots and everything going on now, I cannot be on Facebook. I cannot do it. It's draining to me. It's saddened. Like I wish I could say that it's surprising, everything that's going on in the world right now. Unfortunately, I can't say that it's surprising, but I can say that it is definitely aching at my heart. For you that don't know, I am half Black. So I'm pretty much 50-50. Not pretty much, I'm 50-50. So I am biracial, and half of my family is African American. So that's huge. I think that a big piece to that entire puzzle is the fact that people are talking about how you have protesters and people that are looting, and they're showing pictures of like what protesting should be, and they're saying that this isn't protesting, this is being criminals. And I think that it's important to keep in the forefront of our minds that protesters are protesting and looters are looting. So don't get those mixed up. If you are, I think that's enough said on that topic. But yes, there is a lot going on right now, and it is very sad. Kind of on a positive front of that, I'm old school, and all I use is Facebook and Insta. I do not. So I just made an Instagram for my YouTube, but I'm very new to the platform. I have very limited knowledge on how to use it, but so far I'm really enjoying it. Instagram definitely offers a lot of real-time engagement with other community members, but also I'm sure subscribers. So I really like that you can engage. I'm sure you can do the same thing on Twitter, but I've never been on Twitter, so I don't know how to use that. But Facebook is really the only thing I've used in my personal life and the only thing I really have a lot of exposure to using. But yes. Positive notes though. The space launch. Did anybody watch the launch yesterday and then the docking today? That was pretty cool to watch. My boyfriend is, hey Lauren, my boyfriend is pretty big on space in general. That's something that he thinks is really interesting. So we definitely watched that. And it's just crazy how much everything changes on a daily basis. It's really insane. See, I feel like there's just people that really love certain platforms. For me, I've never used Twitter. I've never used TikTok. When Facebook first came out and was really popular, I wasn't really engaged in it. I post on Facebook twice a year. No. I post on Facebook now once a month because I do a monthly update of my son. Previous to having my son, I posted thank you for all the happy birthday wishes, you guys are awesome. But that was the only thing I would ever post on Facebook. So I don't even post on Facebook. But YouTube was always the thing I loved. I watch YouTube like it's TV. I'm much more of a television person than a movie person. Do you guys like TV or movies better? Which one is your favorite? For me, a movie is just such a commitment. That's such a commitment, but an episode of a TV show, that's much more doable. And so I prefer television shows. How about Twitch? Would you ever stream on there? So my boyfriend has a Twitch account and he does stream. Plug. His name is Merzer with a Z and then an underscore. So you should check him out. He does stream 3 days a week. Typically his schedule's changing up a little bit, but he will build levels and play levels that other people build, and he streams at night from 7 or 8 until 11 or 12. And he loves that platform. I personally, I think it's interesting, but I'm not well versed on Twitch, so I don't know all the ins and outs, and I don't know how open that platform would be for my content. I went onto his Twitch account and did a little guest star thing, and he definitely has moments where it's I'll engage, but I can't play video games. I can't play video games. When I was being a guest star, I was playing a level that was supposed to be the easiest level, and I just kept falling off a cliff. And it was the very first jump in the episode or the game. So that speaks to my gaming ability. So I just don't know if the platform would be the greatest for the content that I want to put out. But I have definitely thought about doing a Twitch account where I just kind of chat, because I really like podcasts and talking to people, and that could be a great thing, but I don't know how much audience there is on that platform. TV shows are better. I agree. I like TV shows. I like YouTube. I watch more YouTube than I watch anything else. We don't have cable. I think that cable is a waste of money, personally, just because you can watch so much online for free if you want to. And yeah, I haven't talked about it on my channel before, but I follow Dave Ramsey and his baby steps. So I'm on baby step number 2, working to become 100% debt free. And I have paid off $107,000 in debt since I started, I think. So I'm still working through those steps. I still have student debt that I need to pay off, but Once I get that done, then I can start bringing other expenses into my life. But right now, I don't want to have any unnecessary expenses, and cable feels like a very unnecessary expense to me in my personal life. Me too. I have a 55-inch TV, and I don't use it because I'm online 24/7. See, we have a ridiculous amount of TVs in our house, but I do use them because I use them for YouTube. But I don't use them for cable. Student loan debt, if I only had $15,000, I would feel immensely lucky. So congratulations on that, because that is amazing. Amazing. I got done with my bachelor's degrees, and I think I had just over $13,000 in debt. So that was really good. But going into my graduate program, that just out of the water, like insane, because that's not cheap. I really recommend, for those of you that want to go on to post-secondary school, to get a job or either get a scholarship or get a job that's going to pay for your schooling, because it is a lot of money, and there are a lot of opportunities out there that will financially support you through school. You just have to look for them. So I'm never going to go back to school. Just continue to work for myself. I love school. I love it. And I would go back to school in a heartbeat. If I had the flexibility to go back to school, and maybe I didn't have to pay for it, and maybe I didn't have to have an income during that time, because there's a lot that goes into going back to school. I would love to go back to school. Side note, I was in college before I ever knew that being a professional student wasn't a real job. I really thought that existed. And maybe that's just me, but I thought a professional student legitimately went to school and then would survey classes and give their opinions on the instructors and things. I thought that made sense. Apparently that's not a thing. Stuck with a degree I'm never using. I would go back to school too. Michelle, what would you go back to school for? I feel like you've done so much in your lifetime. So much in your lifetime. And Zombie, what did you go to school for that you're not using your degree? I think that a lot of people end up going to school and they are in that same boat where they're not using their degree. And I think that people go to school because they feel like they have to go to school. And I don't think that you should do that. I don't think that you should go to school because you feel like you have to go to school. I also think that you should be realistic with what you're going to school for and how long you need to be in school. Because there's a lot of things that you can do with different levels of education, or that you don't even need an education at all, but you need to explore those things. I don't think you should just go to school to go to school. For coding and web design. Okay, that makes sense. I think that going to school, though, does give you a sense of discipline. It's kind of like if you grow up and you are playing sports and it really helps you with like your team spirit and your bonding and your leadership. If you're maybe like the head of your team, I think that there are a lot of great traits and character opportunities that come with that. So I definitely do think that going to school has a lot of benefits, but I don't think that you should go into a massive amount of debt to get a degree that you're never going to use. So I think you should be realistic about that. But also realize that there's different ways to get to your end goal. So look at your end goal and then go back and see, how can I get there? With all the retail management experience, I plan to eventually teach retail apprenticeship as a life skill in college. I could see that. I think you'd be really good at that, honestly. I have thought of going back and teaching. I technically right now can teach at a 2-year university. So there was a position that was open that I was interviewing for a local college here. And I decided not to do that because I didn't have the time and the energy to commit to that right now. This was a couple years ago when I was exploring that as an option, but I'm not opposed to teaching. I think that would be really fun. And maybe as like a retirement thing, I could see teaching. But really, I think it would be really fun to do more like motivational speaking or something along those lines. I love to talk to people and I love to hear people's stories. That is what's so fun. Honestly, I think one of the best content that I could really provide to you, in addition to like YouTube and doing the visual, would be a podcast where it's like me and my sister giving our opinions. And I specifically say my sister because she is a very specific soul, and so is my younger sister, but she's definitely has a lot of wisdom beyond her age. And we are complete opposites of the spectrum. We are very different people, and we have very different ways of looking at the same issue or problem. Hey, inspired by you. And I think that it would be really interesting sitting down and talking with an audience, specifically with her, and kind of getting very different perspectives on a specific situation. So she does not live in the same city that I live in, so we'd have to work on all of the behind the scenes. And there's a lot of balls in the air right now, so it's not something I'm going to tackle right this second, but I think that would be really interesting and something I would be really excited to do. But I don't know, guys. What do you think about going live at 12:30? Sunday, I feel like is a good day to go live, and then maybe not the best day to go live because Sunday is a nice day to relax. And I know for like me, when I'm relaxing, I like to like veg out and watch things. So that's why I like Sunday. Sunday also works nice for my schedule typically. But I don't know. I picked Sunday at noon because it was a good napping block where I could go and do a live with you guys and not be wrapped up in having my son right when I was doing the live, but I don't know. Let me know. I did post a poll on YouTube, so go over there and put a comment on it because I'm really, really curious to see what you guys think would be the best day of the week or the best time of day to continue doing these lives. I did take last week off because it was a holiday on Monday here in the US. Well, actually, it was a holiday for a lot of us. It was just a different holiday. So I will continue to take my Sundays off when we have holidays. I want to be able to enjoy that time with my family. So I won't be going live when I have holidays, but in general, I still do want to continue doing these lives. I really do enjoy them. It's a good day and time. Thank you so much for the congratulations. It feels pretty crazy to be at 1,000 subscribers. Like, that's insane that we have 1,000 people, actually a little bit more than 1,000 people that even want to engage and be a part of our family. Like, that's insane to me. But I am so thankful. Thank you guys so much for being here, being in this live. Like, you guys rock. You guys are amazing. I've been blessed with some major support since I started YouTube. Like I said, I have been an avid fan of YouTube and YouTube's content for years and years and years and years and years. My favorite YouTubers, I have been watching them for over a decade. That's insane to me. And now to actually be on this platform myself, that feels completely surreal but very exciting. It is going into the unknown, not really knowing what to expect, but so far I have been very pleasantly surprised and just blessed, honestly. I've been able to meet some amazing people from around the world that I would never have been able to meet if I didn't start my channel. And if you guys are out there and you're watching this video and you're thinking about starting your YouTube channel, just do it. Just do it, honestly. My first video that I put up, I think was in 720. I don't even know if you could hear me. It was very grainy. I didn't know how to edit. I've edited throughout this process, and you're going to continue to improve. So just think about each video you put out as a new opportunity to do something new, to do something better. If you continue to look at whatever you're going through as an opportunity for improvement, to really grow yourself or your craft or whatever it is, you're going to succeed no matter what you do. But if you were thinking about starting a YouTube channel, the best thing that you can do is just to start, because time is, you're never going to get that back. So just do it. Just try it. It is so fun to be able to have a creative outlet and to be able to explore that within yourself. So if you are watching this video for some reason, thinking about how you can start a channel, just start it. And go over and subscribe to Michelle Osgood here on YouTube. She's in this chat right now. Go over to her channel because she's going to be posting some content that you're going to want to see about how you can do that on a budget. So we are all one big community, and if we stick together, then we can really get to the next level and beyond. So everyone here in this chat, every name that I have seen so far, thank you guys so much for being here. But these guys are all great support systems. So if you are honestly looking for some genuine people to interact with, these are the names that you want. I'm going to put everyone's name that did enter this chat into the description box below this video with some channel links. So if you are looking for some genuine people that you can really bring into your corner and help you succeed to get to wherever you're trying to go down, check the description box and start clicking those links, watching their content and engaging with them because they are going to help you get there. Now, I am going to get off here. I was only going to be on live for 30 minutes today. We've done 40, so that's pretty cool. Thank you guys again for being here. I am really excited to kind of see everyone's growth. And yeah, but until tomorrow, I will be back with another video tomorrow, but I will be back live again on Sunday. If you want to see me and interact with me between now and then, feel free to hit me up in the comments. I'm going to get caught back up on those. And you can download Instagram and try to figure it out with me too, because we're all in this together, right? But I'm going to let you guys go. I will talk to you soon. I love you. Bye-bye.